Hey, good morning, people. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to your English classes here at UCSG. This is the Model 3B. And today, well, we're going to start. Let's get started, guys. Please answer present or here when you hear your name. Let's start by checking the attendance. Or maybe we wait 3 minutes. Let's wait 3 minutes. Okay, let's wait 3 minutes for those who are still getting up, stretching out, getting dressed, getting prepared for the class. Guys, yesterday I asked you two activities. You had to do two activities. The first one, to upload this file, your last vacation, to upload an activity titled Your Last Vacation, in which you will describe what happened in your last vacation using the simple past, right? We are here. But additionally, you have to upload your video describing that vacation. But here I have 9 people, guys. That means that about 10 of you won't get the grade. Give me a minute, I'll be back. Okay, guys. Well, so let's get started. I asked you to upload your video as I mentioned, despite of your paragraph. So it should be here. Okay, there is something missing in this activity, guys. Do you remember? I asked you to upload a picture, right? I asked you to upload a picture like this one. Very well, Arnett. Great. Last holiday. Very good. Including pictures. I like it, Arnett. I hope that you have uploaded your video. But seems that Arnett didn't. Eduardo with a picture. That's it. Okay, later I will grade your activities, guys. Checking what it's all about. Yeah. Later I will check your activity and I'm gonna grade them. I'm just checking a few of them. Okay, with a picture. That's it. Good. Great. Let's watch some of the videos. Let's go with this one.
Last April, I spent my spring break vacation in New York and Miami for 2 weeks with my sisters. The spring break started off with a wrong foot because we spent 8 hours at the airport because the airplane had problems, causing us to miss one day when we were supposed to be in New York. After 12 hours, causing us to miss one day in Miami and spend the entire day exploring the city. The next day, We left early for New York and had a perfect trip, visiting all the places we could. A week later, we went to Miami to visit our family, after a long time since 2020. We had a lot of fun with them and did a lot of shopping.
Amazing. That's it. That was the way, guys. That was the way. Later on, I'm gonna check the rest of the videos, but that's it. Let's check just Jose Luis to give some feedback. Oh, Jose Luis, there is an issue with your audio. Check it out. Seems that you were not recording the audio when you recorded your video. You didn't capture the audio. Okay, let's see another one. Some buttons are not working.
Well, on my last vacation, I went to playas in Ecuador. We went a month ago with some friends and we just stayed for 2 days. Those days we just spent the morning and the afternoon at the beach. That was also warm and the weather too. At night we go out at the market in order to make a barbecue. Uh, well, it's worth to say that the meal in playas was great and delicious, so delicious, but we want to make a barbecue too. We had a very good time in those 2 days that we had spent in playas, and I would like to go again, but more than 2 days this time.
I don't know if German was just speaking or singing, guys. Do you have that experience? I had the feeling like he was singing or rapping the song or something. I mean, it was nice, the video, by the way, German. Okay, let's start by checking the attendance, guys. I see many of you with the camera off. Please turn on the camera on immediately. Remember that you take the classes with the camera on, guys. Let's start. Please answer present or here. Renato,
Here.
Jose Luis. Mhm.
Teacher present. Good morning.
Who said that? Jose Luis.
Yes, I'm here.
Pay attention, Jose Luis. Michelle, Anthony.
Present teacher.
Guys, I only see with the camera on. Ah, no, my bad. I had to move. I see many here now. That's better. Diana Maria Jose, turn on your cameras, please. Jasmine,
Present.
hello. Jorge, Gloria,
Present teacher.
hello. Marcos, no. Anthony Montalbán, Anthony, no. Ana, no. Arnett,
Here.
hello, Arnett. What's going on here? Natalia, no, my bad. Eduardo,
Present.
María José,
Present.
Elio, or German, not around. Solange, not around. Fidel,
Present teacher.
Diana Vasquez,
Present.
Juliana,
Present, teacher.
and Luis. Luis, hello. Yeah, Luis is in the waiting room. Luis and Jorman. Yeah. Okay. Let's wait for Jorman to join. Jorman, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Jorman, I have a doubt. I don't know if you were rapping the video or you were singing the video, or it was just a coincidence. Let me play it again.
Well, on my last vacation, I went to playas in Ecuador. We went a month ago with some friends and we just stayed for 2 days.
Are you rapping the video?
Yeah, maybe it was me. I just had
What?
some feel that it was a little bit serious, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But my voice is still my voice is still sound, so I don't know if it's correct or not.
No, it's completely correct. It's amazing, by the way, because it is like you added a background music, and I don't know, it sounds like a rap song or something like that, but very chill, very nice.
Yeah, but it was a chill.
Excellent. Very nice, German. Nice one. Okay, I'll check the rest of the videos later, guys. However, as I said at the beginning, I only got 10 videos here of the we are supposed to be around 14, 15, 16 in some cases. So I'm still missing some of you guys. Uh, in the part of the paragraph, it seems that most of you did it. I will check it later. I'm gonna grade it later, but careful that you're not submitting the activities on time. Well, we finished with these guys. Let's go with the lesson 2B. Good morning one more time with everyone for those who are coming a little bit late. And we're going to start in a reading. In this lesson, guys, we're going to explore a new verb tense that is the past continuous. We're going to use prepositions of time and place, at, in, and on. The three prepositions work for both things, time and place. And we're also going to practice some stress, sentence stress, how to emphasize some words in some sentences. Well, so as I said, we're going to use past continuous, guys. Before starting or getting started, we have a reading activity. Look at the picture that we have here. Without reading, guys, and just by looking at the picture, what do you think that is going on here? Without reading, who can tell me? Okay, Renato.
It was the USA presidential elections because in the black woman in the picture, I can see Barack Obama in the pins. So that's my guess.
And I think that you made a correct guess. Yes, you notice, guys, here's Barack Obama, and probably here's someone else. I don't know who's that one. I only recognize Obama. But that's it. It looks like that. Okay, you're going to read this article, guys, and then you will answer these questions. But remember the strategies that I have shared with you. Before reading, well, the first one is skim and scan the text. This is only a paragraph, so there is not too much to do. But in the questions, that's my second strategy. Read the questions before reading the text. Go ahead, guys. Read the questions. Have a few seconds, 30 seconds to be precise. Okay. Okay, guys, let's move on. Ah. So let's go ahead, guys. I'm gonna ask you, let's see, some of you, if you can help me, guys. Luis, please, can you read the paragraph? Can you read aloud the paragraph?
Yes, teacher. Okay. A moment in history. Teacher.
Go ahead, yes.
Okay. Um, on 4th November, I arrived in Chicago late in the evening. I went to photograph Barack Obama and his family in the convention center. But when I got there, I discovered that I didn't have my press pass and I couldn't go inside. I walked around the park outside the center. Although it was November, it was a warm night. The atmosphere was wonderful. When I took this photo, everybody was looking at the TV screens waiting for the election results. Some people were quietly holding hands and smiling. Others were tense and nervous. They felt that it was their moment. Suddenly, I realized that this was a better place to be than inside. I was watching Obama's victory through the faces for all these people, African, Hispanic, Chinese, white. Uh, at about 11 o'clock, the results were announced. And everybody went mad. People started laughing, shouting, and crying. But when Obama made his speech, they all became quiet and emotional. There was only one place to be on the planet that night, and I was there.
Thank you. Guys, remember that we have been practicing with the pronunciation in the past tense. Yesterday we worked with it. This is pronounced wanted, but this is pronounced discovered. Careful, no discovered it. Discovered. Walked. No walk it. Walk. Um, realize. Realize. Okay, guys, careful with the pronunciation. Yesterday we were checking it out. Announced. This is pronounced started effectively. And well, keep it in mind. Let's go with the questions, guys. Go ahead. You have a few minutes to read and answer the questions. Okay, guys. Let's move on. Volunteers, guys, please. Volunteers. Okay, Renato, let's begin. Tell me the number, sorry, tell me the letters A and B.
The letter A, I already answered. But what I did think was happening in the picture.
Okay. Tell me the
Yeah,
B.
and the number B, well, I think I was right because it was the night that Barack Obama was elected president, and there were a lot of people watching the transmission.
Absolutely. So, that's right. Okay. Someone else? Literal C. Numbers 1 and 2. Anyone? Okay, I'm gonna choose volunteers, guys. Please be active. Remember that part of the grading, guys. Remember that my grading is based, my grading for your class participation is based in that you have the camera on, that you interact in classes, and that you do the activities that are supposed to be done in class. At the beginning of the session, I remind you about the use of the camera, but even though I see some of you with the camera off, but more important than the camera, guys, is the participation. Well, Anthony Montalban. Anthony, please help me with the letter C, literals 1 and 2. Anthony,
What- I read or I contest the questions. Or why did or one? Why did Tom Piston go to Chicago?
mhm,
Hmm.
okay,
To take a photo of Barack Obama and his family.
okay, and then number 2.
Why could he take a photograph of Obama? Um, he don't uh, he don't take a photo of Obama because the people around, or no?
Pay attention, Anthony. I feel that I caught you completely distracted. Let's go with someone else. Any volunteer? Okay. Juliana, help me with the numbers 2 and 3, please.
All right. The number 2, why couldn't he take a photograph of Obama? He then had a press pass and he couldn't go inside. Yes
Good.
or
Number 3. Yeah, absolutely. Number
yeah.
3.
Number 3, what was the weather like? It was a warm.
Thank you. Very well. Uh, Renato, please help me with 4 and 5. Guys, I don't understand why you put your hands down. I mean, I have more questions, not just one. Renato, 4 and 5, please. Microphone.
Okay, where did he take his photo? He take it around the park outside the center, I think.
That's it. Good. In the park
And the
outside
number
the
five,
convention center.
and the number 5 is the people were looking at the TV and the TV screens outside waiting for the election results.
Thank you. Great. Eduardo, 6 and 7.
6, was he sorry that he couldn't go inside of the center? Well, at the beginning, yes, because he was kind of upset because he heard he has no press pass and no way to get to the center. But then he realized that outside was better because he could took better photos to catch the emotional feelings, how people really felt about the elections and the results. So
Very well. And then number
he
7.
number 7, when the elections end, people start laughing, shouting, and crying. But then Barack Obama made a
The
made
speech.
a made a speech, and everyone get calmed down, and it was better.
That's it. Very well. Okay. Last question, guys. This is just about opinion. Why do you think the photographer thought his photo was better than a photo of Obama itself? This is about opinion, guys. Tell me, why do you think and why? I would like to hear different opinions, guys. Okay, Maria Jose.
Because he can cap the expression of the people waiting for the election results.
And will that be better than a picture of Obama? Okay. Anyone else? Thank you, Maria Jose. Guys, I have a class with 14 people. And of 14 people, I only have 4 people who have participated in the first 30 minutes. Only 4. María José, Renato, Eduardo, and Julián. 4 people. Well, I won't keep repeating this, guys. Just be aware of these situations when you get your grade for participation. Let's continue. Well, let's get into the past continuous tense, guys. As I told you, we're entering into a new grammar topic today. And let's get started first, little by little, with the structure. And then I'm going to explain the structure of the tense. Yep. Jasmine, please help me reading the introduction to this activity.
Grammar, ¿verdad? Grammar. Look at the highlighted verbs in an abstract form, the text. Do they describe action that happened? After he took the photo, at the same time as he took the photo. When I took this photo, everybody was looking at the TV screens, waiting for the election results. Some people were quietly holding hands and smiling. Others were then tense and nervous.
Okay, what do you think, Jasmine? A or B?
At the same time, B.
Absolutely. It is describing the situation at the same time. Okay. Let's get to the grammar practice then, guys. To the grammar explanation. And we come here, the past continuous tense. Fidel, can you help me reading the example, please? Fidel.
Hello. Last Saturday, I was working in my office. I was not doing anything important. My friends were having breakfast. They were working. Was it raining when you go up? B. No, it was not. What were you done at 11 o'clock last night? B. Was watching TV.
Okay, thank you, Fidel. Guys, I'm going to play the audio now. Please pay attention to the pronunciation of the words. It is important that we respect the pronunciation, guys, and that we try to improve every time. Recognize the mistakes in your own pronunciation and improve it for the next time. Listen, please.
1.39.
At 8:45 last Saturday, I was working in my office. I wasn't doing anything important.
My friends were having breakfast. They weren't working.
Was it raining when you got up?
No, it wasn't.
What were you doing at 11 o'clock last night?
I was watching TV.
Give me a second, guys, please. Sorry, guys. I don't know what really happened since that I caught the flu. So I had to go to the bathroom for a moment. Okay, let's move on, guys. Let's continue. No more time to waste. So I was explaining you. I was sorry. You were listening these sentences. Please careful with the pronunciation, guys. It doesn't matter that you mispronounce a word, but it is important that we notice our mistakes so we don't repeat them, okay? Well, look at the different structures that we have here, guys. Affirmative, negative, and questions with short answers. But it's not important the question, I'm sorry, guys. It's not important the structure if we first haven't explored what is the use of this structure. Do you remember when we were learning about the simple past? What were some of the uses of the simple past, uh, Anthony Gavilanes? Do you remember the uses of the simple past? Can you tell me one or two? Anthony, Eduardo, perfect.
It was to express feelings, right?
I know
And the routines were the actions we daily made.
that's the simple present. You're
Okay.
confused with the simple
Mhm.
present. Yeah, simple past, guys. Uses of the simple past. Very simple. Let's check it out here, guys. We use the simple past to talk about finished actions in the past. Okay? Keep that in mind. Situations that started and finished in the past. We talk about finished actions in the past. Now, let's check the uses of the present continuous. Juliana, can you help? Sorry, of the past continuous. Can you help me reading, Juliana?
Okay. Use the past continuous to describe an action in progress at a specific moment in the past. We often use the past continuous to describe the situations of the beginning of a story or narrative.
Very well. So if with this past simple, we describe finished actions, with the past continuous, we're going to describe the progress of an action in the past. Okay? It is completely normal, guys, that when we are describing a situation in the past, as for example, your last vacation, we combined these two structures. Because if I use everything in the simple past, I won't be able to explain some situations as, for example, I was looking at my sister playing with the ball when my mom came and brought the cake. Something like that, you see. With the past continuous, you can describe a situation that was taking place together with another action. That is the combination, guys. That's the purpose of past continuous and past simple. But let's review the structure, guys, as I told you. So we have the following. Mm, We get, first of all, we're going to have a subject. We're going to use the verb to be in the past. So that means that we're going to use was or were. My verb with ing, And well, why not a complement if that's the case, if it is necessary. So check it out. Here we have it. Subject was and were, verb with ing. Over here, subject was and were, verb with ing. Simple as that. We'll use, okay, I think that you should already know these guys, but just in case, we'll use I, he, she, it. These three pronouns will go with was, and we, you, they will go with were. Take notes if you have to. Okay. We clear, guys? Great. For the negative sentences, guys, we're going to add only two things. Let's suppose that this was for the affirmative. So for the negative, we are going just to add a particle here, guys. No. So this is going to be was not and were not. Mister, se me hace extraño was not y were not. Obviously, guys, because this is the same as wasn't and weren't. Okay? There we have them. So it will be subject plus was or were not or wasn't and weren't plus the verb with ing and a complement. Whatever the complement obviously is optional, guys, right? Remember, this part of the complement is optional. You can have it, you cannot. And that's what we have here, guys, in the second part. Wasn't working, weren't working. You, we, they weren't working. I, he, she wasn't working. Our last element will be the question, guys. Or an interrogative or questions, as you prefer. We're going to use was or were plus subject plus the verb with ing. And this element is extremely important, guys. The question mark, unavoidable. And there we have it. Short answers. You have the examples there. Yes, subject, was or were. Or in negative, no, the subject, wasn't, weren't. Any question?
Mister, I have a question.
Perfect, tell me.
I'm a little bit confused with the ones that explain us something that happened in the past but continues in the present.
Thank you. Thanks for that question, German. That structure is the present perfect. We haven't explored it yet, but is the next topic, the present perfect. Very well, German.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so here we have it. Please take notes. Let me turn on the light. It's a little dark over here. No, I just opened the window. Let's save some energy better. Let's save the planet, guys. Well, okay. Are we okay? Are we clear? Any other question? Para cuestión. Okay. Let's go back to the main lesson then, guys. One last element. Past simple or past continuous. This is a very, very interesting topic. Past simple or past continuous. What do you use and when? I will have to delete this picture, this text, guys. So take your notes if you have to. Okay. Past simple or past continuous. There comes the biggest question, guys. Okay, Mr. Ricardo, you told me that I use the past continuous to describe an action that took a time that was in progress during the situation. But how do I know when I have to use one or the other? Well, there are some that we're going to learn that right now. Please, let's see who can give me a hand around here. Arnett, help me reading this part. Past simple or past continuous?
Use past simple for a completed action in the past and use the past continuous for an action in progress before or at the time of the past simple action.
Look at the example. Thanks, Arnett. I was working in my office when the boss walked in. I ask you, Maria Jose, what happened first? The boss walked in or the person was working? I'll repeat I'll repeat, Maria Jose. The first sentence says, I was working in my office when the boss walked in. Now I ask you, what happened first? The boss walked in the office or the person was working in the office?
The boss walk in the office.
The person was working or the boss walked?
The boss walk office.
Okay. Maria Jose, sorry, but no, it's the opposite. The person was working in the office. Let's analyze it with the following example, Maria Jose and everyone. Maria Jose was listening the class when the teacher asked her a question. What happened first, Jasmine?
On the question.
In the sentence that I told you, Maria Jose was listening to the class when the teacher asked her a question.
Sorry, I listen. I don't listen to. Sorry.
Okay,
In the second
okay.
teacher asked a question to Maria Jose.
No, guys, Maria Jose was listening to the class. That's what was happening first. Let's analyze it with a graphic, guys. Let's put it like this. Okay, I'm going to delete this, okay? iPad. That's it. Okay, listen. Let's analyze the following situation. Maria Jose was listening to the class. The teacher asked her a question. If this is a timeline, guys, let's suppose that this is a timeline. Here is the past, over here is the present, and obviously, eventually will become the future, right? Let's analyze it like this. It was like this. Maria Jose was listening to the class. Then, oh, I am not saying that this happened in the present, it's in the past. Maria Jose was listening to the class. The teacher asked a question. This was happening first. This happened later. Maria Jose was already listening to the class when the teacher asked her a question. What was the event that occurred first? This one. She was already listening. Then the teacher asked a question. Okay? I am going to explain this more in the next capsule, in the next grammar lesson, guys, after we finish with this introduction to the past continuous. But keep it in mind, this analysis. Let's go back to the lesson, guys. Let's go back to the exercises. I think that we were here. No. I went too far away. Okay, there we are. Let's work with some grammar exercises, guys. In pairs, listen to the sounds and make a sentence using the past continuous and the simple past. How are you going to do it? Listen.
1.41. 1.
Oh. Oh no.
2.
Analyze it, guys. You have to make a sentence about what you hear. We had the example. The first one was the example. They were playing tennis when it started to rain. Make a sentence from the next situation.
Hello? Three.
Police! Open the door!
4.
Huh?
5.
You go. Okay.
6.
Here, boy. Come on, here, boy. Oh, hi. Oh, hello. I haven't seen you for ages.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna play the audio again. And then, guys, I want volunteers to tell me the sentences. Let's get again.
1.
Oh. Oh. Oh no.
2.
Hello?
Okay. What happened there, guys? Anthony?
She was driving when she received a call.
Great. Let's go with the next one.
3.
Police! Open the door!
Gloria? Check your microphone, Gloria, please.
Okay. She's alone the party and the neighbor knows in the door.
The neighbor knocked the door. Good, good. However, you didn't use the past continuous. Let's try to use the past continuous in that sentence, Gloria. How can it be?
Oh,
Remember the previous example. She was driving when she received a call. Okay. How will it be, Gloria?
There were a loud party and the neighbor knocked in the door.
They were having a party. They were having a party when the neighbor knocked the door. Yeah, good.
Okay.
But it wasn't the neighbor. It was the police because he said police. But it's okay. That's the idea.
Okay.
Great. Next one, guys.
4.
Anthony? I don't know, Anthony, your microphone. Check it out.
He's singing in the shower.
And then?
And then somebody took the door.
Uh-huh. He was singing in the shower when somebody knocked the door. Great. Fidel?
5. They were sleeping when the baby woke up.
Mm-hmm. Let's listen the sounds. Very well, Fidel.
5.
You go. Okay.
Such a typical situation,
6.
guys. Okay, let's go with the last one, number 6.
Here, boy. Come on, here, boy. Oh, hi. Oh, hello. I haven't seen you for ages.
Okay, maybe that's a hard one to say precisely. But come on, guys, tell me. Tell me what you think. Okay, Jose.
The man was sleeping while baby was crying.
No, that happened already. Fidel already said that one.
Oh, okay.
Tell me the last one.
I don't have the last one, teacher.
Okay, let's see. Luis.
She was playing with her dog when her mom came.
With her mom. How do you know that was the mom? Okay, good. Renato, what do you think?
I was gonna say something like that. She was playing with her dog when her friend came in or walked by.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jorman.
It's something similar. She was walking her dog while someone arrived.
When someone arrived. Yeah. Gloria, what do you have?
She was working in the park with her dog and greeted with a friend.
And she
Yes or not?
greeted a friend. She greeted a friend. No, I'm
She
just
greeted.
listening. I'm just listening. Okay, Eduardo, what do you have?
I'm about to say that the dog was barking when someone appears.
When someone appeared.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all your sentences are correct, guys. And I say this because we're just listening to a sound effect. So we create the sentences. And all your sentences were amazing. All your sentences were right. Well, the part of the mom it was curious because how do you know that is the mom? But yes, perfect. She was walking the dog. She was playing with the dog. She was walking in the park with the dog. Whatever you said, guys, it's completely okay. When a friend arrived, when someone came, when she met a friend, but the one of the mom is curious, but okay. When the mom arrived, it's okay. All of them were right, guys. Very well. Good job. Did you see that structure, guys? You combine the sentences. The first situation was happening when something else happened. The part that we describe with the past continuous is the part of the sentence that occurred first. She was walking the dog. He was taking a shower. She was driving. They were playing tennis. Whatever. We describe the situation with the past continuous, the event that was happening first. Then we use when something else happened, the second part of the sentence. But, no se me complique tanto, because I can also write this. My friend came when I was walking the dog. If I write the sentence like this, guys, what happened first? My friend came or I was walking the dog?
You were walking the dog.
Why, Jorman?
Because it's a situation that happens first. You were walking your dog when someone came. So it's the first.
Yeah. And it is the same, very well, Jorman. It doesn't matter if I write this. It doesn't matter if I write it in this order or if I write it in this order. It is the same. The past continuous is the part of the sentence that tells me what happened first. And the past simple is the part of the sentence that tells me what happened later. The order is not important. It can be like this. My friend came when I was walking the dog, or I was walking the dog when my friend came. Both sentences are explaining the same. That first, I was walking my dog, and that later, a friend came. Are we clear with that, guys?
Mister, I have a question.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm wrong with the grammar, but in the, for example, in the example of the baby, I don't know if I'm correct if I say while the baby was crying, the parents were sleeping. Is the same or it's wrong?
It's not the same, Jorman, because you use a different time connector. You didn't use when, you use while. That is another situation, guys, that I'm going to explain in the next hours. If you use while, both situations happen at the same time. If you use when, this situation happened first, another situation appeared, and happened the second situation. Okay, Jorman?
Yep, thank you.
Yes. Jorman said something, guys. Maybe if you got lost and you didn't listen, Jorman said, it's okay if I say the baby was crying while the parents were sleeping. This is a different situation, guys, because I am using this one, this time connector, while. That time connector tells me that the two situations happen at the same time. This time connector, when, tells me that one situation was happening first when the second situation happened. Okay? Are two different connectors, guys. Don't get confused. Thank you, Jorman, for the question. We are going to see this in a few minutes. But now we're working only with when. When. And when we are using when, guys, always the sentence that is with past continuous is the situation that happened first. First, walking the dog. Second, a friend came. Okay? It doesn't matter in what order I write the sentence. Always the part that goes with past continuous is the part of the sentence that happened at the beginning. And the sentence that goes, and the part of the sentence that goes with past simple is the situation that happened later.
Teacher, when I use while.
We use while, as in this example over here, when I want to say that the two situations happen at the same time. Baby was crying. Parents were sleeping at the same time. At the same time. Okay? The situation is different here. Both situations happen at the same time.
Okay, teacher,
Clear?
thanks.
Okay. I'm going to explain while in a few minutes, guys. Not yet. Don't worry. Any question? Any additional question, guys? Please, if you have your questions, let me know. Bueno. Let's practice with some exercises. No, I need to explain something else first. Prepositions, at, in, and on. For these guys, I'm going to use this graphic. This picture, guys, have helped me a lot of times. It is very self-explanatory. This one over here. It is very self-explanatory and it helps a lot. Let's use this one. Yeah. Prepositions of time and place. Let me see if I have another picture. No sé, como que esa no me convence del todo. Okay. Better now. Yeah, I like this one better. Okay, guys. We are working with prepositions of time and place. Mister, but it says location is the same, time and place. Prepositions of time and place. This picture, guys, is divided in two. The left part for the time, the right part for the place, okay? Don't get confused. Talking about time, we use in for the most general part of time. Look at this. Centuries, decades, years, periods of time, in 2 weeks, in 2 days. I will add that part here. Great. I also use in for periods of time. Example, in 2 days, in 2 hours, in few minutes. Okay? That is an additional use for in, guys. Let's put it over there. Don't forget that, okay? Then we go to the next one, on. When we want to be more specific, guys. On a date, for example, May 7th, 1964, on a day, Mister, didn't you say that? No, I said on a date, una fecha, on a day, specifically, right? Your birthday, one day. Friday, one day. Or groups of days, the weekend, and maybe you don't know this one, guys, the weekdays. The weekdays are from Monday to Friday. And the weekend, it's Saturday and Sunday. Okay? And finally, guys, we use at when we want to be very specific. As for example, hours, minutes, as you can see in the example here. Okay? Are we clear, guys?
Yes.
Any question? Yep. No questions. So we use the prepositions in, on, and at, talking about the time, to go from the most general to the very specific. Okay? Now let's go to the place or location. Location or place. Remember that is the same. In location or place, I go from the bigger to the smallest. Here I will have a country, a city, a neighborhood, a continent in Asia, a planet in Mars. Astronauts found frozen water in Mars. Planets, continents. Okay? We go from the biggest to the smallest streets, avenues. UCSG is located on Carlos Julio Arosemena Avenue. Yeah. What is university? On Carlos Julio Arosemena Avenue. Another one. Boyacá. Okay, la Boyacá. There are many pharmacies in Boyacá Street. Or I bought all my medicine in Boyacá Street. Street. Just in case, guys. ST means street. Okay? Another sentence. This is something else, guys. All the social groups wants to parade in 9 de octubre Boulevard. That's another one. Okay. When you mention streets, avenues, lanes, and things like that, we use on. And finally, guys, when we want to be very specific, I will have to delete this example, guys. Yeah. And finally, when we want to be very specific at the smallest, I give an address, I give a specific location. Let me see. Let me think. My mom lives at Boyacá and Chimborazo. Right? I work, or she works at, I don't know, just to tell you something. Cocinesa. Acabo de inventar. She works at Cocinesa. That is at Samanes Street. Well, we don't use in English Manzanilla, but will be in any case the same. Yeah, something like that. Okay, specific locations, guys. Specific locations, smallest address. We clear? Questions, guys? No questions. Okay. Jorman, Eduardo, Anthony, Diana, the cameras, guys, please. A
Teacher,
reminder.
for say about devices, it's like application. How do you say in Instagram or in Facebook? In or on?
Well, that is a little different. That's a little different because we are talking about a virtual platform, but to answer, it's on. Usually you use on. For example, you say, there is a new movie, watch it on Netflix or on Netflix. How do you say at home, guys? Netflix? Netflix? How does your mom say? Ponme el Netflix. Okay, watch it on Netflix. Got it? Oh, I'm gonna send you a message. Check your Instagram. I'm gonna send you a message by Instagram. Or I found a new page for delicious food on Instagram. In most of the virtual platforms, you use on. In most of them. Never
Okay.
at. Hey, let's watch a movie at Disney Plus. No. On Disney Plus. On. Okay?
Thanks, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. Just to complement the previous example, I used this illustration. It's pretty much the same. Do you see the part of a specific locations? I'm receiving classes at my home. Let's meet at the coffee shop. Ooh, I like to eat at Domino's. I like to eat at Domino's. Yeah. I study at Católica. Okay, we clear? I hope so. Guys, if you are quiet, I suppose that everything is clear. Arnett. Okay, Arnett, let's use some examples. Arnett, if I want to say, if I want to talk about years, what will I use? At, on, or in?
In.
What?
In. We use
In.
in.
Thank you. Jasmine, I want to mention when is my birthday. What do I use? In, on, or at?
On.
Absolutely, very well. Eduardo, I want to meet my girlfriend and I have to tell her the hour. What do I use? In, on, or at?
At.
Absolutely, that's right. See you at 2 p.m. Well, nowadays it's not possible to have a girlfriend because I'm married. If I have a girlfriend, probably will be a divorce. So I can't have girlfriends anymore. Well, so, okay, guys. Are we clear? Is there any question? I hope that we're clear. Let's go on, guys. Let's move on the next exercise. Having already explained this, let's work on this exercise. I know that you're going to make it great. Go ahead, complete it. Okay. Can we check the answers? Okay, Anthony, let's start. Literal A. Tell me the numbers 1 and 2.
The first is on.
Say the sentence, please. A date.
A date in 4th November.
Is in, on, or at?
Is on.
Absolutely. The number 2.
Number 2, a time, 11 o'clock, is at.
Thank you. Juliana, 3 and 4.
The number 3 is on the morning, on the afternoon.
Periods of time. Do you remember that I told you periods of time? It may be confusing, guys. Juliana, don't worry. It may be a little bit confusing, but when we talk about periods of time, we use in. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in 2 days, in 10 years, in. Yeah, and the number 4, Juliana?
A room or building at the convention center.
Okay, that's good. Very well. Okay, let's go with the letter B, guys. Check your answers in A, in the text. What prepositions do you use in? Jose, tell me.
A month in January.
Good. Number 2, Jose?
In the weekend.
In the weekend. Okay. And the number 3? Specific
home.
places.
At home, work, at home, at work, at school.
Thank you so much, Jose. Now, guys, I must be honest with you. I have to be honest with you. There is a little of controversy when we talk about the weekend. The weekend can be used with on or can be used with at. Really? Why? Bueno, let me show you why, guys. As some books show weekend with on, some others show the weekend goes with weekend with an. Weekend goes with on or at. And the answer is this one. Both on the weekend and at the weekend are correct and can be used to refer to the end of the week. On the weekend is more commonly used by American people. At the weekend is more commonly used by British people. On the weekends and at the weekends have the same meaning. What is not correct is in the weekend. Now, because this book is British, we're working with Oxford. Oxford promotes at the weekend. But if you see somewhere else on the weekend, it's also correct. No se dejen impresionar, chicos, ¿ok? On the weekend, es más, yo siempre digo, pórtese sabido. Si le corrigen on the weekend, no, es que yo estoy en modo británico ahorita, at the weekend. Okay, on the weekend or at the weekend, both are okay, guys. So don't get confused with it. You will see in some cases on, in some cases at, but it's the same. Okay. 150. Let me just check this. Here we have more examples, guys. You see the picture that I showed you before? Okay, let's make this example together, guys. Now that I explained to you, what will you use? In countries, in the kitchen, in buildings, in a park, garden, in closed space. I forgot to explain this one, guys. In closed space, because I told you at Católica. And if you say at Católica, it's okay. But what happens if you want to tell me in about Facultad Humanidades. I don't know. What do you say? In, on, or at? There's a new one. When we talk about closed spaces, like a building, we use the same one that we use for countries, rooms. Which one is that one, guys? The one that I use for in, the one that I use for countries, for cities. I was forgetting that one, guys. When we talk about closed space, like inside a building, we use in. Mister, ¿y por qué no decimos I study in Católica? Yeah, in that case it's different, guys, because let's think about the physical place. Católica is enormous. I mean, physically it's a very big place. Y usted tiene los exteriores y los interiores, right? Externally, I study at Católica. I study at Católica in the faculty of blah, 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 blah. Okay, what about this one, guys? Months, seasons, years, times of the day. What do we use? In this one, guys, what? In, that's it. Okay, on dates, on a specific days, like Valentine's Day, like your birthday, like Friday. What do we use? Absolutely, Juliana. On. Well, we didn't talk about transportation, but we have an example here. Transportation. A bike, bus, train, airplane, ship. We use on. Mister, ¿por qué no se usa I travel on my car? Okay, cápsula, chicos. I'm going to explain esas cosas curiosas del idioma. I'm going to explain something very curious. What is correct? In the car, on the car, at the car. I travel in the car, I travel on the car. The correct sentence is I travel in the car. Okay, mister. Si es así, if you travel in the car, ¿por qué no decimos I travel or I went in the airplane? Porque no se dice in the airplane, es on the airplane. Why? Why if you say many people love ships, loves to travel on
Mister,
ships. Why do we say on ships and not in ships? Not in airplanes. Bueno, curiosidades del idioma, chicos.
Mister,
Let's
bye.
tell me, German.
And if I use by,
No, it's okay if you use by. I travel by, I travel by. But when you want to talk about the physical structure, what do we use? For example, we say, get on the airplane. Ya se va, get on the airplane. But we say, get in the car. Why do we say that? Bueno, it's about the following, guys. If we go back to the time, if we go back to the years 1800, or also in the years, at the beginning of the years 1900, if you remember your history classes, people travel in ships, right? The people travel by ships. is very common the expression, get on board. We're about to leave. ¿Qué pasó, chicos? The people got on the ships. If you remember, a ship is like this, and the people get on the ship like this. And this picture, here we have the cruiser, and the people will get on the ship. Bueno, ¿qué pasó, pues? What happened? What happened, guys, is that with the pass of the time, the technology changed and came the airplanes, right? But you don't travel on the airplane. If you don't travel on the airplane, why do we use on? Because if you will travel on the airplane, it will be like you're traveling here, encima de la ala, encima de la cabina. But you don't travel like that, right? We travel like this. ¿Por qué usamos on y no in? Bueno, resulta, chicos, que la gente se quedó acostumbrada a la expresión de on the ship, porque la gente sí se subía al barco. Y como tal, subía a una plataforma en el barco. Y se quedó esa costumbre. No es lógico decir que usted viaja sobre el avión, porque usted no viaja sobre el avión, usted viaja dentro del avión. En español lo tenemos bien claro. Pero en inglés se quedó la expresión de on the ship. Y cuando se creó el avión, la gente se quedó con la expresión y decidió on the airplane. Realmente usted no está on the airplane, usted está inside the airplane. Pero se quedó la expresión. Y es así de sencillo. No tiene lógica. Y no le puedo explicar yo porque tampoco tiene lógica. Pero es esas curiosidades del idioma. Se quedó la expresión on the airplane porque venía de on the ship. Y decimos in the car porque bueno, ahí sí la gente dijo, bueno, ahora sí vamos a estar adentro. Let's get in the car. You get in the car. You get on the bus. You get on your bike. You get on a horse if you travel. You get on a horse. But in the car. Okay, guys. Curiosidades del idioma. On a bike, on a bus, on a train, on a plane, on a ship, on a horse. But in the car. Okay? And the last one, specifically, when we say the places at the school, at the airport, at the party, what do we use? Jorman.
Us.
Hmm?
At.
Jorman, what do we use?
At. Can you hear me?
At. Gloria, when we talk about that you will see your children at 6 o'clock, you will see your wife past 7:45. Sorry, your husband, 7:45. What do you use? Gloria, microphone.
Okay. The time 6 o'clock.
What do you use? In, on, or at?
Is at. The use of at.
At the weekend. Thank you, Gloria. Okay, guys. So that's it. We got it. Let's finish with a game. Oye, no nos hemos tomado break, chicos, ¿no? Okay, let's take a break after this game. Let's finish with a game to practice these prepositions. Okay. Join the game, guys. Here is the link to the game. Okay. Join the game. Ah, sorry. I'm going to also send it in the chat. And here is the code if you want to join from your phones. No one else? Let's go. Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop the game here, guys. I don't know what's going on with quizzes today. It seems a little bit weird. Well, we're going to the break after the feedback, guys. I know that I already told you that we were about to go, but we're going to go later. Let me finish with this topic. Okay. Let's review some of the mistakes, guys, most common mistakes. So you have to complete with two prepositions in or at. Sorry, in, on, or at, depending on the sentence. Juliana, Gloria, Anthony, guys, your cameras. Eduardo, Arnett, Diana, and Renato. Guys, remember to keep on your cameras during all the session. Okay, so you have to complete with two prepositions, guys, in, on, or at. Gloria, what was the answer here? Gloria, check your microphone, please.
Okay. The movies is on Friday at 80 hours dirty.
8:30. 8:30. 8:30. Yeah, okay. That's it. Why do we use on, Gloria, here and not in? Tell me.
On is the use when for que está dentro, está so. No.
Okay, we're talking about time, not about place. It's about time. Do you remember when we use on for?
Es cuando se da la fecha exacta.
In English, for day. For dates or days too. Okay. Excellent. And why do we use here at? You told me at. Why do we use at here?
Cuando se da la fecha exacta, la hora exacta.
When we talk about time. Very well. Keep the talk in English, Gloria. Very well. Yes, on and at. Let's see another one, guys. Okay, this one seems to have a lot of mistakes. When does the movie take place? It takes place. Okay. Anthony, how did you complete this one?
Me.
In?
In and in.
Why? Why not on?
Because it's a century, it's a long time.
A long period of time. And why not here at Africa?
Because it's a big place.
It's a big place. Very well. Yes, guys, that was it. In and in. Takes place in the 19th century in Africa. Let's see another question that was a little bit confusing since this one over here. Okay. Ooh, usually this is confusing. The park opens the morning and closes dusk. Renato, how did you complete it? Tell me.
Okay, I put the park opens at 6. Can you move a bit? In the morning and closes at dusk.
Why in? Sorry, why at?
Because it's a specific time, like 6 o'clock.
And here, why in?
In the morning because it's a general. It could be also in the afternoon or in the night.
Because
it's a general
period
time.
of time.
Period of
It's
time.
a period. Yeah, a period of the day. And you surprised me with the last one, at dusk.
I related, to be honest, because I related dusk with like at 7 of 7 p.m., 8 p.m. So I related that time.
Exactly. Very well. Excellent, Renato. There are some specific periods of time, guys, that we will use. We have it right here. Specific periods of time that are not in this example, but we can complement, like, for example, at noon. That is specifically at 12 o'clock, right? It's at noon. Another one that we may have at sunset. At what time is the sunset usually in Guayaquil, Anthony? Montalban in this case.
Hi.
What would you say? At what time is usually the sunset?
What time is?
The sunset.
Sunset. In Ecuador at 6 p.m.
Usually at 6 p.m. Yes, this may change from
at 6
country to
p.m.
country, but it's usually at 6 p.m. So we use also that one, guys, at for specific times. There are not too many. We have at noon, we have at midnight. That's another one. Specific times. Let me see over here. Luis Zambrano, at what time is midnight? Can you tell me? Can you help us with this?
What time is midnight?
Uh-huh.
At 12.
Talking about the hours.
At 12 a.m.
Absolutely. That's at 12 a.m. That's at midnight. So are specific, very specific periods of time. Well, great job, guys. Remember that. Sorry. Yeah. Remember that depending on how specific you want to be, you will use one or another, as we have seen in these examples. Now, let's keep going for a little bit more. Let's go back to the exercise. I think that we were here. Let's go with this exercise, guys, and then we go to the recess, okay? Then we go to the break. We're going to practice some pronunciation. Please pay attention to the following. Sentence stress. How should we pronounce? Yeah, how should we pronounce the words in a sentence? Look at the following. You're going to listen and you're going to repeat. In a sentence, guys, there will be some words that we will pronounce stronger than others. As I've told you before, in the English language, we usually go with ups and downs during our interactions in our expressions. Listen the following dialogue, copy the rhythm, repeat it at home, repeat it by yourself, and then we're going to practice with it. Before listening, we're going to do something else. I want you to read them in your mind. How do they sound for you? Practice with it right now, and then I'm going to play the audio, and you will confirm if what you heard is how you pronounce it. Read it to yourself, guys. Okay, now listen to the audio and check the pronunciation and make the corrections if necessary.
1.43.
Where were you at 6 o'clock in the evening?
I was at work.
What were you doing?
I was having a meeting with the boss.
Okay, one more time.
1.43.
Where were you at 6 o'clock in the evening?
I was at work.
What were you doing?
I was having a meeting with the boss.
So, if I'm going to make a graphic, guys, it should be something like this. Considering that this is the highest and this is the lowest. Where were you at 6 o'clock in the evening? In the parts that we have, let me repeat the graphic, guys. In the part that we have underlined, like in this one, is where we're going to increase our tone of voice. Were you at 6 o'clock in the evening? That is word stress, guys. We go up and down to emphasize some syllables and some words in the sentence. I was at work. The last one. Sorry, not the last one. What were you doing? I was having a meeting with the boss. Check it out.
1.43.
Where were you at 6 o'clock in the evening?
I was at work.
What were
I was at work. What were you doing? Listen the emphasis, guys.
What were you doing?
I was having a meeting with the boss.
Having a meeting with the boss. Let's practice. Arnett, help me with the first one, please.
Where were you at 6 o'clock in the evening?
Very well. Jose Luis, the letter B.
I was at work.
Good. Jorman, the next one.
What were you doing?
What were you doing? And the next one over here. Anthony Gavilanes. Anthony, se fue. Diana Vázquez.
I was having a meeting with the boss.
I was having a meeting with the boss. Very well. Okay, guys. And give me a second, please. Okay. Great. Okay, that's it. Okay, I think that we can take our break now, guys. Let's stop here. It is 11 and 13. We're going to continue with the next exercise at our return, guys. Let's take a 15 minutes break. Go to the restroom, go drink water, go get ready, and we come back. See you in 15, guys. Hey guys, let's move on. Let's continue. Let's go ahead. Uh, okay, everybody? We ready? Okay. So, let's continue, guys. Okay. So look at the following picture, guys. You're going to listen an audio about an image that cost a fortune. Before we go to the listening, as usual, uh, first read the questions, guys. Read all the questions. Look at this famous photo, which was on the cover of many magazines around the world. Where do you think the people are? What do you think that is happening? The beginning of the newspaper. It's called the image that cost a fortune. Okay. Before going, guys, before going with the listening, read the questions. Okay, something important to remember to keep in mind, guys, that this is a true story. 100% real, no fake. Okay, you're going to find out, guys, what does the title exactly mean when you listen to this woman. Okay? Did you read the questions? Let's go with the audio, guys. Okay, here we go.
1.44 En mai 1968, je suis rentrée à Paris.
In May 1968, I came back to Paris. It was a very exciting time. There were a lot of demonstrations and fighting between students and the police. I wasn't really interested in politics. I wasn't a communist or an anarchist, but I loved the atmosphere. All the students were fighting for freedom, for revolution, and the French police were everywhere. On May the 15th, I was with thousands of other young people. We were walking towards the Place de la Bastille. I was tired, so a friend picked me up and I sat on his shoulders. Another boy, who was walking next to us, was carrying a Vietnamese flag. It was the time of the Vietnam War, and he said to me, "Hey, could you carry the flag for me?" And I said, "Okay." There was so much happening that I didn't notice all the photographers. The next day, the photo was on the cover of magazines all over the world. When my grandfather saw it, he immediately ordered me to come to his house. He was furious, really, really angry. He said, "That's it, you're a communist. I'm not going to leave you anything, not a penny." I walked out of the room and I never saw him again. 6 months later, he died, and I didn't get any money from him. Nothing.
On the 4th.
Okay. Before I play the audio for a second time, I would like someone to help me to read aloud the introduction to this listening. Any volunteer? Eduardo, okay, please help me.
Number
Caroline, the
5 or the whole paragraph?
The whole paragraph, please. Go ahead.
Okay. Imagine that cost a fortune. Caroline de Bendern was born in 1940. She was the granddaughter of Count Maurice de Bender, a rich aristocrat, who owned a lot of property in Paris and Monaco. Although had other grandchildren, the Count decided to leave all his money to Caroline. I never knew why, said Caroline. Perhaps because it was pretty. He paid for her to go to very expensive school in England, and he hoped that she would marry well, perhaps a member of a European royal family, but Caroline was a rebel. She went to New York and worked there for a short time as a model. Then in 1968, when she was 20 years old, she returned to Paris.
Okay, thanks a lot. And we're going to listen for the second time, guys. Check it out.
1.44.
En mai 1968, je suis rentrée à Paris.
In May 1968, I came back to Paris. It was a very exciting time. There were a lot of demonstrations and fighting between students and the police. I wasn't really interested in politics. I wasn't a communist or an anarchist, but I loved the atmosphere. All the students were fighting for freedom, for revolution, and the French police were everywhere. On May the 15th, I was with thousands of other young people. We were walking towards the Place de la Bastille. I was tired, so a friend picked me up and I sat on his shoulders. Another boy, who was walking next to us, was carrying a Vietnamese flag. It was the time of the Vietnam War, and he said to me, "Hey, could you carry the flag for me?" And I said, "Okay." There was so much happening that I didn't notice all the photographers. The next day, the photo was on the cover of magazines all over the world. When my grandfather saw it, he immediately ordered me to come to his house. He was furious, really, really angry. He said, "That's it, you're a communist. I'm not going to leave you anything, not a penny." I walked out of the room and I never saw him again. 6 months later, he died, and I didn't get any money from him. Nothing.
On the 4th of November, I arrived in Chicago.
Okay, guys. So, let's move on. Okay, guys. So in general terms, why is this image titled "The Image That Cost a Fortune"? In general terms, who knows the answer?
Because of the fortune of her,
Sorry?
because of the fortune of her grandfather.
Because of the fortune of the grandfather. Yes, absolutely. The fortune of her grandfather. She was a rebel. That cost her a fortune. Okay, now let's go with the part of the questions, guys. I need volunteers. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anthony, tell me the number 1 and the number 2.
In one thousand.
Carlsen, there is an easy way, Anthony. You can say 16 in 1968. You
In
read two by two.
1968, she was interested in politics.
She wasn't interested in
I
politics.
yes, I remember you thought no, yes, correct.
Totally right. The number two.
Yeah. And she loved the atmosphere because all the students were fighting for freedom.
That's right. Thanks a lot, Anthony. German.
Yep. Choose what number?
3 and 4, please.
She was sitting on a friend's shoulder because she was tired. And number 4, she was carrying the flag because somebody gave it to her.
Because somebody gave it to her. Yes. Jose, the number 5.
Number 5, her grandfather died 6 months later.
Okay. And finally, Jose, this is also for yourself. Do you think that she's sorry she was in that photo?
What do you refer about sorry?
That she regrets, se arrepiente. Do you think that she regrets being in that photo?
Yes, I guess because in that photo, the girl, how do you say demuestra?
Shows.
The girl shows a great feeling of liberation about all the people who are in the freedom.
Who are fighting for freedom. Well, yeah. Just to close with this chapter, guys, let me tell you that despite of the fortune that she could have inherited, the fortune was about 7.5 millions of sterling pounds, libras esterlinas. Despite of that amount, guys, she says that she said that she didn't regret. She didn't regret and she had a very happy life. Well, curious situations of the first world, guys. Let's move on. I'm gonna give you guys 15 minutes to work on Alticia just to complete extra practices, or you can do your workbook of the lesson 2B. And then we continue. We come back for the last chapter, guys, the lesson 2C. I'm gonna give you 15 minutes. Work on Alticia. And then we return, okay? I'm gonna check your work on Alticia, guys. This is not a free time, guys. It's not recess. Time for you to work on Alticia. I'm gonna check your progress. 15 minutes. I'll be here. Okay, just to confirm. Fidel, what do you have to do right now, Fidel?
Work in Alticia.
Perfect. That's it. Go ahead, guys. Work on your own. Okay, guys. Let's move on. Let's move on, guys. Okay. So let's continue, guys. So previously we saw simple past. Then we covered past continuous. Then we analyzed past simple and past continuous. And now we're going to complement that topic, guys, with the last lesson of this unit, that is the connectors. How do we join the past simple with the past continuous? How can we join these ideas? Some of you already told me about what about while and what about when. That is the purpose of this lesson, guys. We're going to check this last element, the connectors, element connectors, time connectors, sequence. Let's begin in the number one, guys, the grammar. It says time sequencers and connectors. Read the story once, then complete it with a word or phrase from the box. Analyze it. I'm gonna first ask you guys to read it. Then I'm going to play the audio so you can hear the correct pronunciation of some of the words, and then we're going to analyze with the questions, okay? So first of all, reading time, guys, 3 minutes. Read the story, 3 minutes, please. Hey guys. Let's check out the listening, the pronunciation of these words at the time that you're going to listen the correct options. Go ahead, check it out.
On the 4th of November, I arrived in Chicago late in the evening. I wanted to photograph Barack Obama and his family in the convention center, but when I got there, I discovered that I didn't have my press pass and I couldn't go inside. I walked around the park outside the center. Although it was November, it was a warm night. The atmosphere was wonderful. When I took this photo, everybody was looking at the TV screens waiting for the election results. Some people were quietly holding hands and smiling. Others were tense and nervous. They felt that it was their moment. Suddenly I realized that this was a better place to be than inside. I was watching Obama's victory through the...
Yeah, sorry, guys. I don't know what happened with this audio. By the way, it seems that I'm missing this audio, guys. Let me check it out.
1.46.
On our first date, we went to the cinema. After that, we started meeting every day.
On Thursday.
No, this is not the one that I need, guys. Something happened. Something happened. I can't find this audio, guys. Yes, definitely, this is it. What is this one? Give me a second. Really sure, guys. Seems that I'm missing an audio. Oh no, okay, I have it here. Not really sure what happened, but I had it in the wrong place. Okay, here we go.
1.45.
Hannah met Jamie in the summer of 2010. It was Hannah's 21st birthday, and she and her friends went to a club. They wanted to dance, but they didn't like the music, so Hannah went to speak to the DJ.
This music is awful,
She said.
Could you play something else?
The DJ looked at her and said,
Don't worry, I have the perfect song for you.
2 minutes later, he said,
The next song is by Scouting for Girls. It's called Blue as Your Eyes, and it's for a beautiful girl who's dancing over there.
Hannah knew that the song was for her. When Hannah and her friends left the club, the DJ was waiting for her at the door.
Hi, I'm Jamie,
he said to Hannah.
Can I see you again?
So Hannah gave him her phone number. Next day, Jamie phoned Hannah and invited her to dinner. He took her to a very romantic French restaurant, and they talked all evening.
Did he really?
Yeah, but you were throwing some amazing shapes though. I mean, I just couldn't stop looking at you.
Oh, shut up.
Although the food wasn't very good, they had a wonderful time. After that, Jamie and Hannah saw each other every day. Every evening when Hannah finished work, They met at 5:30 in a coffee bar in the high street. They were madly in love. One evening in October, Hannah was at work. As usual, she was going to meet Jamie at 5:30. It was dark and it was raining. She looked at her watch. It was 5:20. She was going to be late. She ran to her car and got in. At 5:25, she was driving along the high street. She was going very fast because she was in a hurry. Suddenly, a man ran across the road. He was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah didn't see him at first. Quickly, she put her foot on the brake.
On the 4th of November, I arrived in Chicago late in the evening.
Okay. That's just the beginning of the story, guys. That's just the beginning of the story. Okay. What time is it? 2 minutes, guys. Answer the missing questions, and we're going to go with the connectors here. Okay, let's check on the answers, guys. Let's move immediately with this. Here we are. Epa. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. So the first part is to complete the story with the words or phrases. Volunteers. Volunteers. Come on, guys. Oh, okay, Anthony. Tell me the number 2 and the number 3, please.
Number 2 is when.
Okay.
Number 3 is next day.
Next day.
Next.
Thank you. Fidel, 4 and 5, please.
Four of the dad. Five. On with her hand.
Sorry, can you repeat the number 4?
After that.
After that. Good. And the number 5?
One evening, October.
One evening in October. One evening in October. And that gives us the last option, guys, that is suddenly. With that one, we completed. With that, we have completed the first part, guys. Part of the questions. Now, let's move on the next one. Let's check the let's check the questions. You're going to work with a partner. I'm going to send you to the breakup rooms, discuss the questions B, C, and complete it with your partner. I'm sending you to the breakup rooms, guys. I'm sending you in groups of 3 or 4 people. Go ahead, discuss the questions, and we come back. Let's go quickly. Guys, you're supposed to be discussing the questions with your partners. How's
La
take
one, because she won another song.
Yes, because the music was awful. And you are not?
Number 1 is because she didn't like the music.
Okay.
And 2, I has because Hannah has blue eyes.
Yes, I think the same. In the text, don't say that, but we suppose that.
I think that song was for Hannah, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because he said that he's gonna put out songs for her.
Yeah, he actually said it in the microphone.
Yeah. Okay. Number
next-
3. What happened when Hannah left the club?
When Hannah left the club, Jamie asked to Hannah if he can see you again.
Okay. Number 4. What was the restaurant like?
Amazing, but the food tastes awful. Was not really good.
Okay. Guys, you're taking note about the answers to your workbook?
Yep.
Okay. And you, Gloria?
They meet at
Coffee bar. They
a coffee bar
went to a coffee bar.
at 5:30.
Go to coffee bar.
Coffee bar.
What
it's
was
number 6.
the weather like that evening?
It was dark and it was raining. It was dark and it was raining. Why was Hannah driving fast?
Because
She's late. She was late.
Yeah, she was late. She was in a hurry. And the last one, why didn't she see the man? Wait.
Mm.
It was because the man was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah didn't
Oh.
see him at first. Okay. That's it, I guess. That's it. Just
Nice.
8 questions.
Did you finish, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, mister.
Okay, let's go back to the main session then. Let's wait for the rest of your partners, guys, and we continue. I have to share my screen again. Okay. Okay. Let's check the answers, guys. Let's move on with this quickly. Okay, everybody participate, please. Volunteers. Let's start. Okay, Jasmine, let's begin with the number. Okay, from the literal B, tell me the numbers 1 and 2, Jasmine, please.
Why did Hannah go to speak to Jamie? Because she want to change the music. It was awful.
Yeah, she did. She want to change the music. And the number 2.
Why did Jamie play Blue as your eyes? Because Jamie likes Hannah.
Because Jamie likes Hannah, because she had blue eyes too. Okay, let's go with Renato, the number 3 and 4, Renato.
Sorry, it's blurry. Okay. What happened when Hannah left the club? When they left, the DJ, Jamie, was waiting for her at the door.
Absolutely. Was waiting for her at the door. And number 4?
And then number 4, what was the restaurant like? Well, it was a romantic French restaurant, although the food wasn't very good.
Also, the food wasn't very good. That's a good description. I would like to continue, guys, with the number 5 and 6. Volunteers, please. Let's go with Anthony, 5 and 6.
Where did they go every evening after that? They go to coffee bar.
They went to a coffee bar. That's great. Amazing. And the number 6, Anthony.
6. What was the weather like that evening? First calm, later it's raining.
Yeah. It was raining, dark and raining. Arnett, 7 and 8, please.
7, she was late and hurry, and 8 is he was wearing a dark coat.
Good. And the last one, the number 8, what can you infer?
He He was wearing a dark coat.
Sorry, I got lost. Yeah, dark coat. He was wearing a dark coat. Okay. Now, I also asked you guys to complete these sentences with your partners as you were discussing. Jorman, help me with the literal C, please.
From memory, complete this sentence. From the story with so, because, or although. Then check with the story. Do I continue?
Absolutely, please.
Okay. She was going very fast because she was in a hurry. Number two.
Because she was in a hurry. Good.
Number two. Although the food wasn't very good, they had a wonderful time.
That shows us, guys, that the most important thing is the company, not the place. Good. And the last one, Jorman.
He was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah didn't see him at first.
So, Hannah. So, because, also, so, in that order, guys. Great job. Okay, now, as you saw here, we use some connectors, guys, to join these ideas. Let's review this lesson about connectors and sequencers. And we're going to practice a little bit with them. Epa, what happened? Okay, there we are. Okay. Our last lesson of this unit, guys. Connectors because, so, but, and although. Can you please help me reading aloud, Gloria?
Numeral 12.
This 2C, please. Yes.
Okay. Time sequencers. On our first date, we went to the cinema. After that, we started meeting every day. On Thursday, I had an argument with my boss. Next day, I decided to look for a new job. We sat down to eat. 2 minutes later, the phone rang. When I come out of the club, he was waiting for me. The accident happened when I was crossing the road. We use time sequence.
Let me explain that part, please. Thanks a lot. Okay. So, guys, Gloria helped us reading, and as you can see, we use a time connector to join two ideas, right? Consider that this is the first idea, and this is the second idea. Same happens here. This is our first idea. This is our second idea. The time connectors help us to do that. Join elements in a sentence to put them in one single expression, in one single sentence. Before we were practicing with the connector when to explain the order of two events in the past, right? But there are more connectors that we can use, guys. It's not the only one. As the grammar says, we use the time sequencers to say when or in what order the things happen in a story. Also, we use when as a time sequencer to join two actions, as when, for example, we had, I was watching TV when the phone rang. There was one situation, then the other one, right? Anthony, help me read in the next capsule, please, the sentence then and after that.
Me.
Anthony Montalban. Yeah, please.
I am. what I read the
Then and
then
after
after
that.
that then after that the most common way of linking consecutive action is with then or after that, but not with after. E point G. Bueno, I got up and got dressed. Then after that, I made a cup of coffee. Not after I made a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee.
It's because of the sense, guys. If you say I got dressed after I made a cup of coffee, it will be understood that first you took the cup of coffee, you made the cup of coffee, and then you got dressed. When the correct order is that first you got dressed and after that you made a cup of coffee. Do you see the difference? If I say I got up and dressed after I made a cup of coffee, I will say that first I did a cup of coffee, then I got dressed. And that's not the idea. The idea is that I got up and I got dressed and then I made a cup of coffee. That will be the order. Well, and what happened with these other connectors, guys? Because and so, listen the audio. I have two audios here, guys.
1.46.
On our first date, we went to the cinema. After that, we started meeting every day.
On Thursday, I had an argument with my boss. Next day, I decided to look for a new job.
We sat down to eat. 2 minutes later, the phone rang.
When I came out of the club, he was waiting for me.
The accident happened when I was crossing the road.
Let's go with the next audio, guys. 147, this one over here, the right, because and so.
1.47.
She was driving fast because she was in a hurry.
She was in a hurry, so she was driving fast.
1.48.
Okay, so look at the situation here, guys. She was driving fast because she was in a hurry. Situation, reason. I repeat. Situation, reason. Situation, result. So in simple terms, we use so, guys, to explain a result and because to explain a reason. Remember, so to express a result, because to explain a reason. But that's not all. We have but and also. Listen.
She tried to stop the car, but she hit the man.
Although she tried to stop the car, she hit the man.
She was very tired, but she couldn't sleep.
She couldn't sleep, although she was very tired.
1.49.
A difference with although is that we can easily place although either at the beginning or at the mid of the sentence, guys. She couldn't sleep, although she was very tired. A pesar, just in case you were wondering. A pesar. Although she tried to stop the car, she hit the man. A pesar. Okay? A pesar de. A pesar que. As we explain it in Spanish. Got it? Questions over here? Let's go to some exercises, guys. Let's go to the 2B and the 2C. Let's practice with this, guys. Let's match some exercises. We have 15 minutes. You're going to work in groups, guys. You're going to work in groups to complete the exercises 2B and 2C. I'm opening the breakup rooms again so you can practice. Please practice English. Okay? You're here to practice English, guys, not Spanish. I'm gonna visit you in the breakup rooms. Go now. Bruno.
Teacher, I don't know about the breakout room.
There appears a notification, Bruno. Lee, pay attention. I'm going to move you to another room so you can practice.
Thanks.
Do you see it?
I already sent you the link of the drive, or you can download the book.
Thank you.
Okay.
A second. Was the exercise A, B from the literals B and C?
Absolutely, both of them.
Okay, thanks, miss.
Put a word or phrase in the right. Is that, mister?
It says, yep.
It's both of them, guys. Literals
Okay.
2B and 2C, both A and B.
Past continuous was where plus verb plus ing. Is that one?
I'm going to send a picture in the chat, guys. It
Yes.
seems that you may be a little bit lost. These are the exercises that you're working together. Check it in the chat. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. Read.
Verb B.
To be
Put the
B.
verbs into the past simple or past continuous.
The number one is I broke my arm when I was playing football.
Broke.
I broke my arm when I was playing.
Broke it.
Number
I'm
two.
playing.
Were you driving fast when the police stopped you?
Where?
Wow, were you driving fast?
Driving or drive
Yeah,
it?
driving. Were you driving? The police stopped. In the third line is the past. Stopped.
Stop. Wait, stop. Stop it or stop?
Stopped. Two P's and one and ed.
Stop.
Stopped. Number three, it was snowing when we left.
C. I wasn't C.
Oh?
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not. I was reading the number three.
It was snowing.
When we left the pub. The number four, it is, I wasn't, I didn't.
Wasn't.
I didn't see. I didn't see the match because I was working. That's the correct answer.
I didn't.
I didn't. The past
I
is the
didn't.
didn't see, and the present continue. The past continuous, sorry, is I was working.
Wait. And number 4, this is not see. I didn't see.
I didn't see,
Uh,
And then is I was working.
What?
I was working.
Number. When you was called. No, when you were calling.
When you called. Call is in past.
When you
called. When you
La 12 que iba a ser ya la tengo.
Okay.
English, Fidel, please, English. Avoid Spanish, come on.
You finished your part, Barnett?
And no, and I'm doing 2 exercise.
Okay.
Only 2.
So I'm gonna say my part of the answers. Please listen. I took this photo when my wife was working in the garden. Number 2, he met his wife when he was living in Japan. Number 3. Number 4, I'm sorry. Was she wearing a coat when she went out? Number 5, the sun was shining when I left to work. The other is, what were you doing at 7:30 last night? The other is, I wasn't listening when you gave the instructions. And for finish, we weren't watching TV when you pumped. This is my part.
Okay, letter B is 1. I was breaking my arm when I played football. Number 2 is, were you driving fast when the police stopped? Number 3 is, it was snowing when we left the pub. Number 4 is, I didn't see the match because I was working. Number 5 is, when you called me, I was talking to my boss. And 6 and 7, I do in this moment.
Okay, thank you.
My part. A es fig. B 3. C 1. D 8. E 4. If 6. G 2. Y H 7.
Can you repeat one more time, please?
Ya, a ver, A, 5, B, 3, C, 1, la D, 8, E, 4, if 6, G, 2, H7. H7.
Okay, thank you. So the letter B of the 2C, we can say 1, 2, 3, me, 4, 5, 6, Arnett, and 7, 8, and 9, Fidel, for complete all the activity, okay?
Teacher, I have a question.
Sorry, Arnett, can you repeat it?
I have a question.
Tell me, Arnett, absolutely.
Letter B, exercise 2B, exercise 7.
Exercise 7. This one.
The second sentence is a question.
Very well.
How can I put the verb?
How do you think? What do you think? Tell me, how will you complete it?
I have, were they living in Rome when they have their first baby?
Remember that we're talking about the past, Arnett. Do you remember? It's past. How will be in past?
Had.
Did. That's our auxiliary. Did. Remember? Did.
Did they live in?
You sure? Did they live? Did they live in Rome when they had their first baby?
Thank you.
Oh, no. Sorry, I got wrong. This is past simple and past continuous. Were they living in Rome? That will be, were they living in Rome when they had their first baby? Let's go back to the main session to check the answers. We're about to finish. Did you complete also the 2C?
No.
Not just teacher.
Only have to see, but exercise 8.
Okay, complete the B. Complete the B so then we can go and check the answers.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I have my first three of the letter B. Please pay attention. Although it was very cold, she wasn't wearing a coat. It is a troll. The number 2 is I woke up in the night because there was a noise. The answer is because. The number 3 is I called him, but his mobile was turned off. The answer is but.
I'm number 4. I think that although she's very nice, she doesn't have many friends. Number 5, I think that there was nothing
Let's wait for your partners to return, guys. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Let's check out the answers quickly. And with this, we finish our session today. Volunteers for the literal 2B, exercise A. Okay, let's start with Renato. Renato, tell me the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, please.
Okay, number one, I took this photo when my wife was working in the garden. Number two, he met his wife when he was living in Japan. Number three, they weren't waiting for us when we arrived. And number four, was she wearing a coat when she went out?
Thanks a lot. Anthony Montalban, 5 to 8, please.
And number 5, the sun was shining when I left for work. Number 7, what were you doing at 7:30 last night? Number 7, I wasn't listening when you gave the instructions. Number 8, we weren't watching TV when you phoned.
When you phoned. Thank you. Jasmine, from the literal B, please, let's go with the numbers 1 to 4, please.
I broke my arm when I was playing football. 2, were you driving fast when the police stopped you? To the 4 or 3. Okay. It was snowing when we left the pool.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, also the number 4, yes, please.
I didn't see the match because I was working.
That's it. Okay. Jose Luis, 5 to 7, please.
Okay. When you called me, I was talking to my boss. Number 6, we were studying in Cambridge when we met. When we met.
Number past tense.
Met.
We met.
Okay. Met. Number 7, were they living in Rome when they had their first baby?
Okay. Now, because of the time, guys, I'm going to stop here. But first, I'm going to show you the answers for the exercises. Here we have from the exercise 2B, literals A and B. Make corrections if necessary. Okay.
Teacher, you can put me the asistencia, please.
The attendance.
Yes, attendant.
Yes. Okay. Someone else? Now is the moment, guys. Someone else the attendance that you came late, maybe. No one else. Okay, and the last one, guys, the exercise 2C. Because of the time, I'm going just to show you the answers directly. Here we are. Exercise C. Okay. Well, guys, I think that we can finish our session for today. Has been a pleasure as always, guys, to work with you during all this session. We have finished for today. We continue next Saturday. Don't forget, guys, don't forget to complete the activities of the workbook for 2B and 2C. We begin next Saturday with a quick review of the past simple past continuous. I also have a quick test for you guys. I'm going to take a test next Saturday for the units 1 and 2. Be on time. The test is going to be in the first period of the class, and then we continue with the unit 3. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great Sunday, the rest of the day.
Teacher, the